Protecting the lives of endangered species. Did you know that more than 31,000 species are threatened by extinction? There are up to 150 species lost every day. Today I will be persuading you on the fact of protecting endangered species around the world and why you should help. In persuading you to protect an endangered species is important, I'll discuss the problem of killing endangered species, the causes of it, and finally solutions to protect an endangered species. Why endangered species should not be killed. According to the article titled Why Endangered Species Matter, written by Renee Scho on March 26, 2020, states, if a species has a unique function in its ecosystem, its loss can promote cascading effects through the food chain, impacting other species and ecosystems itself. Losing species affects the ecosystem and everything around it because it's a bit more fragile when adapting to change. According to another article titled Endangered Species by Michael Evans, published May 29, 2011, states that a study in Nature suggested that without some form of radical change, 25% of the world's land animals will become extinct within the next 50 years. Meaning that in our lifetime we will witness the extinction of endangered species because many don't see the importance to conserve biodiversity of the planet. There are so many people who don't believe in climate change and who don't believe that the earth is willing to die if we don't help the animals and all organisms living on it. So in our lifetime, we will, if we don't change anything now, we will see all of these extinctions right in front of our eyes. So many have been extinct, so why are we going to continue to see that happen? Now that I've discussed why endangered species should not be killed, I'll now discuss the causes and finally the solutions to protecting them. Second, there are many causes that lead animals to fall on the endangered species list. There are questions that are asked in order to classify specifics to be endangered. According to the National Wildlife Federation, published in May 10, 1996, states, has a large percentage of the species' vital habitat been degraded or destroyed? Has the species been overconsumed by commercial, recreational, scientific, or educational uses? Is the species threatened by disease or predation? Do current regulations or legislations inadequately protect the species? Are there other man-made factors threatening the long-term survival of the species? These are all questions that are asked in order to qualify a species to become endangered. In another article titled Endangered Species Act Overview, Scientific Background and Major Provisions by Congressional Digest, issued November 2018, states, many species are threatened by multiple factors, and some species decline for no obvious reason. Other underlying factors could be habitat loss, climate change, disease, parasites, even predators and competitors. So it takes not that much for an animal to become extinct. It's not always someone killing and hunting these animals. Sometimes it's just, sometimes it's just the environment that can cause these animals and species to become extinct or endangered. Have you learned the causes that lead to species endangerment I will finally discuss the solutions in protecting endangered species. These are some ways you can help. Lastly, I'll discuss ways you can help endangered species as well as some solutions. According to Rene Shaw, in his article Why Endangered Species Matter, published March 26, 2019, states that the most important thing one can do is to put pressure on Congress and elected leaders to create land management, pollutions, and other sustainable policies that will protect biodiversity and the environment. Other ways you can try and help is to try and eat less meat, maybe become vegan or vegetarian, buying organic food from farmers because they use non-synthetic or natural pesticides on their crops. Synthetic pesticides may be toxic to other organisms. Choose sustainable seafood. Compost food waste to help farming as well as gardening. This provides habitats for pollinators. And also the big one. This is like my big one. Reduce the use of plastic. That can help plenty. If you reduce the use of plastic, it helps keep oceans clean and marine life to stay alive. You can help fix the problem by joining organizations that are helping endangered animals. In an article titled 12 Things We Should Do to Protect Endangered Species by Susie Alameda describes how you can help by volunteering your time. In her article, she states wildlife refuge, parks, and other places are often underfunded and desperate for help. Volunteering at one of these places to protect the animals might mean you just educating visitors, picking up litter. Volunteering is a great way to help. You're not just there to help the animals, you're learning, you're understanding why we need to protect them, and you can even teach others why it's important, and then you just become closer to nature. This is just a couple of ways you can help bring an end to all endangered species. It's important to take care of our Earth and everything that lives on it, because there is no other planet like Earth, so why not help keep all its organisms safe and protected? So far today, my purpose has been to persuade you to help endangered species be protected. In doing so, I have discussed the problem, cause, and ways to help endangered species effectively. I hope you take it in your heart to help endangered species in some sort of way. If it's just picking up a piece of trash on the street, you would be helping the earth and an animal. So pick up a piece of trash and you'll be saving an animal. Trust. Let me leave you with a quote that I hope will leave an impact on you. Each and every animal on earth has as much right to be here as you and me.